Let's go to the next one here. So we're going to go to the fourth. So it's a 4-note away perfect fourth, which we've seen before because the perfect fourths are in both the majors and the minor, and the Mixolydian being a major mode is no exception. But we haven't looked at the fourth from this position, right? So the fourths that we've seen before on the top two strings will be the same unless we cross the fault line, because all these positions are movable, but we haven't seen this top string comparison yet because we haven't been able to go up two strings unless we think about ourselves going around the top of the guitar, which we're trying not to do too much because that's a little bit confusing, although I think it's a good exercise. All right. I choked. The coffee went down the wrong. I'm choking on the coffee. All right. So we're looking for a 5-note away. That's the distance for the perfect fourth, which is the fourth related, which is the related position to the major. So if it's 5 notes away, we could go up and reach up on the same string to right there, that's C on the 10th fret. So that's about as far as we can reach while still holding down both fingers for someone with an average size hand on the higher part of the guitar. And then we could go, although I stretch my fingers, I'm really stretchy because I'm not like really stretchy, but like I've been working on stretching. Not everything. I can stretch kind of, but I'm talking about my fingers can be stretchy. So if we go up one, then if I go up a string, then we're looking for the 5-note away perfect fourth. So I have to look for the inverse distance whenever I go up. Therefore, it's going to be 12 minus 5, which is, what is 12 minus 5? It's going to be 7. So 7. So -5, 6, 7. So a 7-note away perfect fifth is the inverse of a 5-note away perfect fourth. So if I was right here, it would be 5, wait a sec. I'm right here. This is going to be -5, 6, 7. So if I went from top to bottom, C to G, we got that familiar power chord shape, which would be the 7-note away perfect fifth. But if I go to bottom to top, then from the perspective of the G, we're playing a 5-note away perfect fourth. Therefore, if I go up one string, the 5-note away perfect fourth will always be 2 frets back unless I cross the fault line, which could only happen on the B string down here, in which case, if I went up one string, it would be a longer distance because the fault line shifted the G up. And so therefore, if I go up one string and cross the fault line, the 5-note away perfect fourth in that case would be 3 frets back. Alrighty. So let's do the next one. Let's go up another string. Boom. Up to here. So now we're going to say inverse distance. So I'm looking for a 5-note away perfect fourth. By the way, that's the same as saying an 11th from a chord construction. Why? If I think about it as just a circle and not octaves. Why? Because when we chord construct, we skip every other note, 1, 3, 5, and then to the 7, and then we have to go around the horn. Skipping the next note brings us back to the 2, but we don't want to call it a 2 because that would be confusing because then we're skipping every other note, so we want to call it a 9, and then the 11, so the 11 is equivalent to the 4. So the 11th is equivalent to a 5-note away perfect fourth, or major perfect fourth. Okay, so then if I go up, I did that. Did I do that? So it's going to be -5, -10, 9, 8, 7. Let's count it up here. So up one, -5, -10, 9, 8, 7. So top to bottom, C to G would be a 7-note away perfect fifth. Therefore, bottom to top, G to C would be a 5-note away perfect fourth. That means that if I go up 2 strings, the 5-note away perfect fourth will be 1, 2, 3 frets forward unless I cross the fault line, which would happen on either of the 2 bottom strings, the B or the E. So for example, if I was on that G that's on the E string, then I'll go up 2 strings. It's going to be a shorter distance. So if I cross the fault line, then it's going to be if I cross the fault line, if I go up 2 strings and cross the fault line, the 5-note away perfect fourth would only be 2 frets forward. Okay? And then if I go down a string, it's going to be right below. Now I can just count it normal. 5-note away perfect fourth or 5-note away perfect 11th is just going to be right underneath because that's just a distance of 5 notes. So just boom, boom, or right there. 5-note difference. So if I go below, if I go one string down, the 5-note away perfect fourth will be on the same fret unless I cross the fault line, which can only happen on the G string. So let's just look at that G string on the open note, in which case, because the tectonic plate shifted to the right, if I go down one string, then the 5-note away perfect fourth will be one fret forward. Okay, and so let's go. So if we go down two strings looking for a 5-note away perfect fourth, it would be 5 and then 10 up this way, then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And so let's do that over here. It's gonna be 5 and then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So boom, boom. So here to here. Whoops. Okay. So if I go down two strings, then the 5-note away perfect fourth will be 1, 2, 3, 4 frets back if I cross the fault line. But if I don't cross the fault line, which is going to happen on the E or the A string, so if I'm on like this A string and I go down one, no, I would still cross the fault line. I need to be on the top string. So that's going to be like way out here. If I want to look for a G, it's going to be like way out here somewhere. Let's go from here down. I'm going to go down 3 strings to that C. So if I go down 3 strings, then the 5-note away perfect fourth is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets back unless I cross the fault line, in which case the 5-note away perfect fourth is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 frets back. Now let's go to the last one, the C down here. That's going to be 5. I'm looking for a 5-note away perfect fourth or 5-note away perfect 11, 5, 10, and then 15. 15 minus 12 is 3, 4, 5. So that's one way I can count it. So I could say from here, 5, 10, and then, wait a sec, 5, 10, 15, and then 15 minus 12 is 3, 4, 5, boom. And I can also count upwards if I wanted to look at this string, which is one string closer. So if I knew what it was up there, either shape-wise or counting it, if I wanted to count it up, I'd have to look for the inverse distance. So a 5-note away perfect fourth, inverse has 7 notes away, 7-note away, 5, negative 10, 9, 8, 7, and that's going to match the same C down here. Therefore, if I go down 1, 2, 3 strings, the 5-note away perfect fourth will be 1, 2, 3 frets forward when I cross the fault line, but I wouldn't always, if I was on the top string, I wouldn't cross the fault line. I kind of feel like I messed up that last one somehow. I don't know if I messed up the last one somehow. I don't know. If I go down 3 strings, then the 5-note away perfect fourth will be 2 frets forward unless I cross the fault line, and because the fault line shifts the notes up, if I go down 3 strings and cross the fault line, the 5-note away perfect fourth will be 3 frets forward. All right, so that's the general idea.